Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with the Tier VIII Russian Premium Heavy Tank, the IS-3 Auto, although it is going to be renamed to the IS-3A to avoid any confusion between the traditional autoloaders that get a 3-shot or 5-shot magazine. This one is basically just a mechanism which takes the place of a gunner, and it loads the shells in one by one, which is why you only have 3 crew members in the IS-3A, the commander, the gunner, and the driver. Differences between this and the regular IS-3 are that it has 50 more hit points, so it is about the same. It is down to 520 horsepower for its engine versus the 700 on the IS-3. However, the top speed is up to 40 kilometers per hour. However, you will only reach that when going downhill because on flat terrain, you're going to be going around 35 kilometers per hour. Traverse speed is down to 26 from 30 degrees per second, and the turret traverse speed is down to 22 from 26 degrees per second, so it is quite sluggish. If you're used to the IS-3, this one is a lot more sluggish. It's definitely going to have a heavier feel. More like a KV-4, but not as bad. Armor configuration is exactly the same as on the IS-3, however the turret is slightly different. There we go. It's missing the machine gun attachment, and the hatches on the top are slightly lower. Comparing the cannons, the IS-3 gets the BL-9, of course, and the IS-3 Auto gets the 122mm D25TA. And that may sound familiar, but you are not getting a 175mm penetration cannon that you usually get in the Russian heavy tanks, like the IS-6, and I believe there was something else with it. The WZ-111, that's a Chinese one, but it is still the same kind of cannon. The one on the IS-3A gets 221mm of penetration, 270 for its heat rounds, and 61 for HE. The 221 is from the APCR rounds that it fires as standard, which is really nice. It's not heat rounds, so the angled surfaces won't be too much of a problem. You still get a little bit of normalization, but not as much as regular armor-piercing rounds. The speed of the APCR rounds, however, is what makes this thing pretty awesome. However, 0.46 accuracy, make a note of that, versus the 0.4 of the IS-3. This is a very large difference. You're not going to be snapshotting a lot of things. And if you are, you're getting really lucky. 3.4 second aim time, that's kind of regular. We're going to take a look at the ammunition. It costs 1,180 to fire a regular round, 5,200 for the premium, and 608 for the HE. You're going to have to bring something for the driver, as I found that the driver of the IS-3A does get hurt quite often. So just make sure you bring that guy back. He's kind of important if you want to move around. 350 meter view range, 720 signal range, that's very similar. Oh, I forgot to mention, the 5.13 round per minute rate of fire is much better than the one on the IS-3. On my vehicle, it takes 9.66 seconds to reload versus the 11.48 of the IS-3 that I have in the garage, so it definitely feels quite nice. You definitely do a lot of damage that way. So let's take a look at some gameplay. First, we'll take a look at that incredibly long 3.4 second aim time, as well as a little bit of accuracy, 286 meters away, and if I fully aim, it will usually go in the correct position. However, if we're going over here and I don't aim for a very long time, even though I still hit, it doesn't penetrate, and that means it's not good. So moving forward a little bit, see if I can get a shot on the Super Pershing. However, just worried about the IS-6. Here we go. And that's a bounce right there on the turret, and one from the Super Pershing. So about 175mm of penetration is where you can reliably bounce a lot of shells, and that is basically the same thing you would find with an IS-3. And if I aim, don't aim. If I don't aim, that's what's going to happen. Here we go. Get a shot into the side turret of an IS-6, and now more bounces on the turret. one premium round from the Super Pershing, which gets quite a bit more extra penetration, which still does not go through that thick 249mm thick turret. Now here's the Traverse. I have a bat chat coming up, and this is not looking good for me. But I still manage to bounce a shot, which is really nice, and get a shot in. However, I do get taken out. Now, for an actual game, this is a full game in the IS-3A. It does get full matchmaking. There's no premium matchmaking for this vehicle, even though sometimes it kind of feels like it, but you will see tier 10s. Moving forward, we can see that I have reached 43 kilometers per hour, and that is on a slight down slope. However, when you are on flat terrain, you'll see that it's around 36 kilometers per hour, 35, 36. So I believe I should be able to do pretty well by going down, helping out the T-34-3 and the T-54 Mod 1, which is actually going to get us a little bit of a buff in the next patch, which will happen the day this video comes out, for the North American server at least. I don't know when the European server is going to get patch 9.13. So here we go. Ooh, that's an IS-5, which is actually fairly similar to the IS-3 Auto. It does have the same kind of ammunition and cannon, and I'm trying to put some shots in on the lower plate, but it looks like I'm not getting any damage done to myself. A little bit of a pile-up. There we go. One shot in, and I get tracked there, so gotta fix that quickly. There is a Ferdinand back there, but ooh. I was trying to track the Super Pershing as he came out, but I did not. I believe I just slammed a shell into the lower plate, which is actually pretty heavily armored. There we go, that one went through. And look at all those bounces I'm getting. Oh, of course, there's a VK over here. Good thing I noticed that. Put a shot in. Those two in front of me. Not paying too much attention. I guess the IS is turning around now, but there we go. Right, the IS doesn't seem to want to shoot at the VK, which is, there we go, now he's doing it. Here we go, oh, and bounce on the side armor, which is exactly what you would expect from a regular IS-3 armor profile as well, and oh, no damage, ricochet, tracks are eating up the damage very nicely, and I'm feeling pretty lucky to be alive at the moment. Alright. See if we can get somebody taken out there. Ooh. Did not exactly aim that shot very well. But at least I... Ooh, well, I was gonna say at least I didn't take any damage, but that was a shot from the E-75, I think. Low damaging roll. And there we go. Getting up close and personal is definitely a much better idea, unless you want to really wait for that 3.4 second aim time. There is that E-75 over there. Oh, never mind, there's Yak Tiger. Put a shot in, trying to just do some damage and maybe get a lucky track shot in. But it doesn't look like he'll be able to do that for me. Get around to some of the weaker armor on my vehicle. See if I can just... No, alright. I wanted that kill, but that's fine. Here comes a T-28. And of course that Ferdinand is up there. Ooh, okay, track. Never mind. That was actually fairly interesting. It was a bounce, and the roof of my turret is... It should be really weak, but nobody's fired at it yet. gonna back off a little bit. See if I can get a side shot in on the T-34. Okay, well. Any enemy vehicles in front of me and the T-54 Mod 1 are gone. Now, to climb this small hill, trying to get a shot in on the T-34. Come on, more damage. I want more damage. There we go. 399, above average roll. Oh, and there's artillery as well. So that's a distraction for the T-54 Mod 1, so I get a kill from that. Oh no, the artillery... I don't know, he might have fired at the T-54 and the splash killed him. Now we'll take a look at the engine power of the IS-3A. Not very good. Climbing uphill, you'll definitely slow down quite a lot. And this is basically the end of the game. I won't be able to reach the Su-152 before the rest of the team, which are, well, we're just shooting it up right now. Alright, victory! And now I get a steel wall first class mastery badge and 4 bounces from the IS-5. I think that was 1 from the VK, 2 from the AMX, 4 from the Super Pershing, and 1 from the T-28. So that's quite a lot. 3,724 damage done to the enemy, 2 kills, and 1,326 points of experience earned there. 16 shots fired, 15 hit, 11 penetrations. As for the armor, it did extremely well. I received 15 hits, 12 of which did not penetrate, for a total damage blocked by armor of 3,250. So I'm really liking it right now, but experiences can differ according to what time you play at. I did play this at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, the credit earnings of 80,746 for a premium account, non-premium 43,356. So if you like playing your IS-3 and you can live with that .46 accuracy, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, this is a brawling heavy vehicle and it is designed as such, so you should be getting up close and personal. Maybe medium range if you're in a tier 10 match, but you can still do a lot of damage. And I like playing my IS-3, I like playing the IS-3A. It makes more credits, it has that better rate of fire, you can do a lot more damage with it. It's just a little bit sluggish, but you're gonna have to live with that for the extra damage output that you can deal. However, you might want to wait until there's a special on it. I live in Canada, so this actually cost me 81 Canadian dollars. It is 60 US. So the weak Canadian dollar did not do any favors for me this time. So I kind of wanted to wait until there was some sort of special, or maybe just purchasing the vehicle by itself without a garage slot or something like that, but that's what you get. Thanks for watching, please press that like button, leave some comments, and I will see you in future videos.